Peace, infinite waters, diving deep. Once again, we are out here. 10 strange facts about me. We're gonna get really personal today. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Yeah, really personal. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? First of all, let me shout out to all the amazing deep divers out there. I got people who write to me saying they watch this channel every single day. And this used to be a really small channel. It's only over the last year or so that this channel is just jumped. The numbers are crazy. So a lot of people know who I am. And if you're new, you don't. You just see me saying, can I get a hello? And you're like, what the hell is that about? But it sounds good. Okay, so let's start with the first fact. Yes, I am left-handed. And I was born on March 3rd. So what does that mean? It means I'm super creative. It means that I'm very weird and different. And it's funny because my grandma who passed away was also left-handed. And there's a theory about left-handed people using the right side of their brain because the left side of our body is linked to the right side of our brain, which is creativity, which means no filters, which means no script, which means I can just start talking and just go off the top. Okay? But being left-handed, I'm going to share with you the lesson I've learned in becoming my greatest version. It's okay to be different. I'm actually happy I am left-handed. I'm actually happy I'm a Pisces as well because that's a perfect fusion. Yes, I do play tennis with my right hand and I do play the guitar with my right hand, but for writing, I'm left-handed. So I use that as a strength to say, actually, this has helped me become more creative. Like I just get ideas like that. I don't even know where the hell they come from. I just wake up with like 1,000 ideas in my mind and then life is so beautiful. What's the second strange fact about me? Do you know that after I had finished studying in secondary school, I was 17 and I didn't really know what to do. And then my mom showed me a newspaper with a article saying, hey, you could study psychology and criminology. And I'm like, Because at that time, I was so fed up of school. I had already seen we're living in a kind of matrix. I just wanted to be free. But my mom's also a Pisces, so I kind of trust her. And I was like, what's this about? So I actually went. And then I studied, I graduated, and I got to thank my mom for that. Like, thank you so much. Because you see, certain times the lesson is there are people all around us, and yes, we've got to follow our hearts, but also be open to advice. That's helped me become my greatest version. A lot of the times, yes, I am ignoring people because they are spewing a load of junk at me. But when it comes to advice, which I might be interested in, like this might help you, who knows? Because by me studying psychology, becoming a psychologist, becoming a criminologist, it's actually helped me become my greatest version because this is what I talk about anyway, just on a more spiritual level. What's the third strange fact about me? The most I've ever spent on food is in Whole Foods. It came to about $300. Don't worry about it. I paid, not you. Okay, that's a lot of money. What the hell were you buying? I was buying like spirulina, maca powder, and a few other bits and bobs. I didn't even know it would come up to over $300. I put it into the basket, saw the cashier, and I'm like, whoa, that's a lot of money. But there were a lot of people behind me, and I'm like, okay, I'll just pay it. I've been a vegan for over 11 years. Now, when it comes to healthy eating, organic eating, a lot of people say, Ralph, it's too expensive. And I don't always spend $300, but I always eat well every single day. But there was a time along my early journey, I didn't want to spend a dime on food. Like I would be eating at fast food joints, buying very cheap food just to save money. And when I think back, that's probably why I was so miserable. Because as soon as I became a vegan over 11 years ago, I stopped having panic attacks. I used to have really bad panic attacks. I had more energy. I stopped being depressed all the time. I started to love myself more, but also I was just a better person because I actually saw what I was doing was helping animals all around me. Like, I love the cat down the road, but also the pig down the road and the cow down the road, right? So being a vegan is probably the best choice of my life, hands down. Okay? But yeah, I do spend a lot on food time to time, but it's worth it. Like, just splurge on, when it comes to good food, blueberries, strawberries, cranberries, buy it. What's the fourth strange fact about me? Now, I haven't worked in a government job since 2011. I used to work in a school. I used to work with people with ADHD, bipolar disorder, autism. So I know so much about that and I love it. In fact, before that, I used to work in a hospital. I used to work in retail. I used to work in the night shop once. I've worked in like all kinds of jobs you can imagine. Any kind of job you can imagine, I used to do it. I used to work in a warehouse, like picking up rubbish. I've worked in like jobs people would frown upon and jobs people will be like, oh my gosh, I want to be sipping pineapple juice on the beach too. We do it all, baby. But leaving in 2011 was also a big risk I took because I was getting paid nicely. Over 300 people had applied to that job. Okay, working with autistic people, children, and people with ADHD, and I got it. I was thrilled. I was like, thank you. But then I realized there was actually more to life. Because after being in the job for a few years, I started to realize, oh my goodness, is this my life forever? And I'm like, no, there is so much more of the world I haven't seen yet, people I haven't hugged yet, places I haven't visited yet, things I haven't done yet. So I'm not gonna spend my whole entire life in a building. Slow motion that side. So I quit. Then I became rich. No, it was actually a lot harder than that. I was stuck. I was going to the job center. Yeah, I've been through it all. But I had a vision and I had a dream that I could live in abundance, helping other people become their greatest version. So over time, it came true, baby. One step at a time. Now we're here. Thank goodness. What's the fifth strange fact about me is that I make videos for fun. When I first started making YouTube videos, I was in my garden. My mom was looking at me like, what are you doing? Go and get a job. And I'm like, I'm just having fun. Okay, back then there was no money on YouTube. And that's why people know me from back in the day. They're like, gosh, you're still here. Of course, we ain't even had breakfast yet. So for me, YouTube was like a great way of communicating, expressing a message, helping myself, remind myself of certain things, helping other people, sharing information, connecting. But the greatest part of YouTube for me is meeting amazing deep divers. I can't even begin to tell you, we had the event in Orange County, California. We're gonna do another one real soon, right? It was packed, sold out, a lot of people there. We were like chopping it up, talking about all kinds of amazing, weird, funny stuff as well. But the deep divers I connect with are amazing. That's why, once again, I'm always respectful to the people I'm connecting with, because once again, they have information for me. Like, I'm talking to people on Instagram like, okay, what can you tell me? Because these people are like super, like, amazing deep divers. So that's a great reason why I also do videos, to connect with amazing people, and I do it every single day. Like, I'm all about inspiring other people to share their vision, because it's changed my life in ways I can't even begin to tell you. Like, even the cat down the road is like, oh my God. What's the sixth strange fact about me? I was born in London, but I've lived in Sierra Leone, Africa. I've lived in Ethiopia. I've lived in Brazil. I live in LA. Okay, I've traveled to all of Europe, Spain, France, Germany, any country you can think of. Any country you can think of. So I've been around, and traveling has opened up different dimensions for me. It's actually shown me how diverse the world is. And that's why I'm always coming from a very broad perspective, holistic perspective, okay? Slow it down, Ralph. Holistic perspective. We got it, right? Yeah, it's shown me that people are just people, right? Wherever you go, people are people. It doesn't matter what color the color of your skin, where you were born. No, people are people. You got great people, terrible people, and people who just want to sit in the sun. Okay? But underneath all of that, we are all deeply connected. That's what I've seen along my journey. Like, that's why I connect. Most people who watch my videos, once again, are so-called white women between the ages of 20 and 30. Okay? But once again, I don't even subscribe to race. There are no races, only energy. That's why I'm an infinite being. That's why we've connected with over 640,000 people. So traveling does that for you. Absolutely. What's the 7th strange fact about me? What makes you happy? What makes me happy would be skating. What? Skating, huh? Skating. Yeah, that makes me happy. Like, I could just skate happily. I'm always skating around, sometimes in the OC, sometimes in Rio de Janeiro, sometimes in London, sometimes anywhere I'm skating. That's what really gives me the motivation to even make videos to begin with. But also what makes me happy is seeing how the world is changing. A lot of people right now are going through a massive transformation, a massive shift, and this is evident. Like, from even the emails I get, it's clear that the world is never going to be the same. Celebrate, baby. What makes you sad, Ralph? Well, what makes me sad is sometimes like seeing how corrupt some people can be in power. And that's why I always said back then, if I ever inspire more than 100 people or 1,000 people, I'm always going to use this power I have to influence people in a positive way, right? It's a choice. I avoid drama. I don't really gossip. In fact, I don't gossip at all about other people in a bad way at all, right? If I talk about you, I'll make you famous. If I talk about you, it means I really, really, really like you a lot, okay? Other than that, I don't talk about people, but I always talk about people who've inspired me. Okay, so what makes me sad though is to see how people misuse their power, how they create a lot of separation, the police brutality. All of this is sad because it's all created through the ego. Okay, what makes me also happy is beautiful lovemaking. Oh yeah, beautiful kisses. Oh yeah, and also just seeing people with big smiles. That's like the best thing in the world. Oh, what's number 8? Where are we? Okay, the 8th strange fact about me is my biggest hidden fear, wait for it, is watching my life pass right by. Where did it go? That was like my biggest fear for a long time. Thank goodness it changed, because now I'm actually enjoying life more than ever, because I'm actually realizing I am creating my reality every single step of the way. Okay? What makes me fearless? Being around other people who are fearless, like people who are like big dreamers. These are the people I get inspired by, people with big visions. They're like, I want to open up a vegan restaurant over there. And I'm like, let's do it. Wait a minute. Where? Let's go for it anyway, okay? So I get inspired by fearless people, people who are willing to share, not just talk about what I call candy stuff, you know, popcorn stuff. I'm talking about the real deep stuff, like the third eye, pineal gland. These are big topics, and only if you talk about it, once again, I credit you, I salute you, right? Because it's not easy to do, but I always know those are the real deep divers. Now, the 9th strange fact about me, what's the best trait that you have, Ralph? I would say my attitude is impeccable. I'm kind, I'm generous, and I got a big smile. What's the worst trait, Ralph? Well, I never see traits, one of my traits, as being bad or negative. I just say there's a lot of traits that I really need to work on. One would be that I'm really, really indecisive. And a lot of the times I kind of blame it because I'm a Pisces. I say I'm really indecisive because I'm a Pisces. So that's an excuse. I'm very indecisive sometimes, but at the same time, I feel it's also a gift, because if someone says, do you want to go out, Ralph? I'm like, I'll think about that later. Some people just say yeah, but they really want to say no. So that's the gift of being indecisive. Also, a trait which I'm also working on is to I'm already very vulnerable. I always take things personal. That's why I always say this is what's helped me along my journey. But I even feel I can even be more vulnerable. I'm always trying to go to the next vulnerability level. I think the next video will be naked. How about that? Okay, what's the 10th strange fact about me? I have a limitless mindset, which means I know anything is possible. And I've always had that mindset, it's just that it's been suppressed. Now I'm actually seeing it, how it works, that I can do anything, be anything, go anywhere. I can work from anywhere. Life is anything I want. And because of that, I wake up every single day with a bunch of grapes in my mouth. So have a beautiful day. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana. Enjoy yourself. Infinite waters. Diving deep once again. You're amazing. Deep divers are amazing. Stay well. Stay healthy. Peace.